Hey guys, again this is Shalvi from Utkarshini with the sixth and last episode of our series Geographical Perspective on Climate Change with Shalvi Singh. In the previous episode, we had discussed about watermelon snow and how they are contributing to climate change. And as stated in the previous episode, today we are going to discuss about the impact of climate change on coral reefs. But first of all, let me welcome you all in the last episode of our series where we are about to discuss the impact of climate change on coral reefs. Do you know about coral reefs or how they contribute in the ecosystem and are affecting by the climate change? Well, we are about to discuss all these questions in this episode. Let's begin with the basics. Coral reefs are one of the most diverse ecosystems on this planet. They are home to numerous species of marine life and offer a plethora of benefits both to natural ecosystem and to human population as they bring enormous funds to coastal countries through tourism, fishing and discoveries of new biochemicals and drugs. However, coral reefs are experiencing massive die-outs all around the world. At first, many thought the biggest threat to coral reef health were direct anthropogenic effects, such as water pollution and sedimentation. But now it is clear that the problem is much larger in scale. About 50 to 70% of coral reefs are directly affected by anthropogenic global climate change. Rising global temperature, increasing oceanic CO2, and other consequences of climate change are all affecting health of coral reefs in a negative way. Apart from the climate change, there are other factors as well as stated earlier. The phenomena of anthropogenic climate change is rapid and relatively recent event. Coral mining, pollution, both organic and non-organic, overfishing, blast fishing, the digging of canals, etc. are some of the anthropogenic activities that affect the ecosystem of coral reefs. According to a report by IPCC, coastal condition of small islands will deteriorate because of coral bleaching and beach erosion, and tropical cyclones will likely to increase damaging coral reefs. Coral reefs are likely to be affected by these changes because of their sensitive nature, as they are sensitive to thermal stress and their ability to adapt to changing conditions is low. Another major concern regarding climate change and coral reefs is the increasing level of CO2 in oceans that cause ocean acidification. This process impacts the ability of corals to make calcium carbonate. For example, a study in the Red Sea Reef showed that globally, when CO2 concentrations are at 560 ppm, corals will dissolve instead of accumulate calcium carbonate, resulting in massive die-offs. As long as greenhouse gases continue to be emitted in large amounts, CO2 concentrations will increase in oceans and corals will continue to live in a chemically unhealthy ecosystem. If CO2 emissions continue at the rate they are emitted now, there will most certainly be reduction in the extent and diversity of coral reefs in the future. Recently, 55 different species of Pacific corals were recommended for inclusion as either threatened and or endangered species, with ocean warming and ocean acidification being identified as one of the primary mechanisms for their demise. This shows that the effects of climate change are a large concern for corals both on the local and on the global scale. These effects are so significant that corals are moving toward being threatened. Unless something is done to change the cause of the ocean warming and acidification, more corals will be threatened. Climate change is a widespread issue and will not be solved with one simple solution, but with the rate at which coral reefs are dying, some sort of changes need to be done. That's all for today. Thank you for listening till now. Stay tuned to our channel for further episodes. See you in the next series. Thank you so much. Stay safe.